Hello everyone, it's Armstrong here from Miniatures, and today I'm gonna be converting this into this. I managed to make enough space on my desk to start making a video. Unfortunately, I have so much mess that I really don't know where I have my pieces. Yeah. All the digging, for the bigger project that I wanted to do caused me to accumulate even more mess than usually. And that's saying something. Yeah, but I was thinking, I found this hair color. Found in my stuff. I bought them as kind of a railing for 40k minis. Of course, they are a bit small, yeah, but they can be useful for decoration when you build terrain and so on and so forth. But I have these crappy cars. Like I said, I have plenty of them. I have this kind, and that kind, and this one, yeah, and more, yeah. But even though it is crappy, I already used one earlier to convert. I don't know if I made a video about it, but I have one converted at least. I was thinking, what can I do with this hair color? Yeah, it's a cool shape. The color kind of sucks, but it's still gonna be painted. So I thought, if I cut it in the right way, I can make something along the line of a combine harvester. Yeah, especially this inside part. Oh, come on, almost there. There you go. And one piece of course has to go up from this. So I have this, and now in here. Yeah. So this is so far the entire idea. I just want to put a combine harvester on the front of a car. Yeah, maybe a little bit converted per se combine harvester, but it's still kind of. I know that combine harvester has as well blades going down, under it. Yeah, but this is the kind of staple look of the combine harvester, but the big circle is pulling the grain, not the grain, the wheat into the harvester. And when you watch movies, that's what is making the damage to. If someone is taking combine harvester to kill zombies, that's what makes damage to zombies for some reason. Not the blades, that's supposed to chop off their legs. And I don't think that they would be probably strong enough to do that. But whatever. So I'm thinking about attaching this at front, so it's gonna be counted for the game purposes as a frontal ram. But then I have this, this outer part of a hair color, and I was thinking, it kind of fits around the backside of the car. It could be kind of a weird option for a tombstone, or backwards facing ram or extra armor. So I just want to, because of the shape of the car, I want to cut out like two sections of it first. Come on, gently. Like, I don't want them to break, that's why I'm so worried. Yeah. There we go, one. Ooh. Okay. And those clippers are not very sharp at that moment. I use them to cut so many different axles that they are not very sharp. But what I was thinking, this actually, kind of works with the shape of the car, connecting to the bottom. And then I would cut probably just one line and attach it like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna have some armor in the back, I'm gonna have a ram in the front. And even looking at that, yeah, this could create a kind of a platform for a gunner to stand in it. Yeah, so it could be, because one ring is not going to be enough. I would think that it's going to require like 2 rings. Yeah, they can have a mad gunner standing inside of it and shooting at the opponents. And so this is completely, normal, nothing completely crazy. Yeah, we know how word normal is for me. And today I've been engrossed in watching some YouTube live from US. Yeah, those who knows, they knows. Yeah. And that's why the video gonna be a bit late. So yeah, I just gonna cut this out. Oh, this could work as this part of the harvester that moves. Okay, one piece, so many possibilities. So yeah, this is gonna go like that, creating the back armor. This is gonna create the harvester bit. This is gonna be the other one. Of course, they ain't gonna be working well together. I need to get the plastic art, to make this as a plugs, yeah. So I'm gonna get that and I'll be right back. So I just cut like 2 squares, and now I have to glue them to this. And because I was just looking how it's gonna fit around the car if I just add like strips of metal, well, in this case of course plastic art. I need this as a spacers, yeah, so I need to throw these 2 pieces in here, and they're gonna be working as spacers to allow for a little more space. Otherwise I would have to bend the other pieces of plastic art. Yeah, but like those hair curlers, you can actually buy them. I did buy them on AliExpress some time ago. And now you can see that this works better. It's gonna fit, to attach it somewhere here. Yeah, and in the meantime I can probably attach this. So top, bottom, maybe middle gonna be the contact points. I will just where is my this is kind of ridiculous, but it helps with the drying time. Yep. Come on. No. Oh, I forgot to sand the surface, and all of the tensions may just rip it off. Yeah, exactly what's happened. So I need to sand it first, and then hopefully it's gonna work. Okay, I sanded this down, and I'm gonna try again. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, this is a very annoying thing to glue because it's flexing, yeah? Like I try to flex this, but if I flex it too much it can break. So I'm really hoping that this, super glue accelerant gonna help me. If not, there's always baking soda. Yeah, but without baking soda it's gonna look so much crisper, so much cleaner. So I'm really hoping that this is way enough for this to actually hold to the car. And yay! So this car just got a big booty. Yeah? But this could be, like extra armor or your back facing ram. Yeah, and now just need to clean this shape up a little bit. and it doesn't have to be perfect. I just, even those rough cuts, they actually kind of work into advantage for the Gaslands, yeah. So I don't think that I'm gonna have to sand them. It will just, they needed to weld it somehow, so not weld it, connect it somehow. So they cut it with the welder sheet metal and, make spacers. And just by looking at this, if you look at this, how rough it is, it looks like someone just, hacked it with some sort of saw, or maybe with a welder, someone who doesn't have actually very good skills in it. So yay, Gaslands. Whenever I do Gaslands, I just feel like, human version of orcs. So Diganobs. So I have this, and this gonna go here, and of course, like I said, I'm gonna just glue this in here. I hope that there is no need for any sanding. I can just attach it like that, and it's gonna hold. Yeah, some small teeth sticking out. Now I have some strips of plastic card like that. And I don't want to make them too short. I want to make them actually way too long, so they're gonna be doubling up as an armor and as well as something that holds. And that's because if you think this is gonna be a quite heavy object, so they would need to bolt it to the side of the car. That would be at least my idea. Yeah, and it's gonna as well, work as a wheel cover, which is good. So I have the rough length and one cut. You can see that it was almost, halfway through. That's fine. And now just the middle. One, and straight away start to attach this to the car, because then everything gonna be flexing in here, because I'm gonna try to put it properly. So maybe I'm just gonna scuff the sides first, because I seen what's happened if I don't scuff this paint job. It is very glossy and actually work very well for the car. It's very hard to remove, to scuff. So technically it's good, but for this process not very. And I ain't gonna be even caring if this is gonna catch the wheels and the wheels gonna get glued together. And for me these are just toys, and at the end of the day, if the wheels are glued, this gives some game advantage. Like for example, your car ain't gonna be rolling on the hills. Yeah, and if they are not glued, you have a chance to roll them down the Hot Wheels track if you own one. I don't, so I wouldn't know. But some people definitely like those tracks. Oh, come on. Not enough super glue. And I just put my finger in it. Just lovely. And here we go. Kind of ridiculous. Yeah. And now I can just take this and cut it to size. Come on. And this is gonna be my standing human port. Yeah, let's see if that works. height-wise. Yeah. So I ain't gonna be painting a Mini for that. Not today, definitely. And you can see how this is crooked. It's not straight. It's ever so slightly farther here than here. And it still works for me. And if I was working on something for any other game, probably I would think about straightening it up. But for Gaslands, no. Oh, if you hear thumping today, that's actually pub next door. I live wall to wall with a pub, so it can get noisy sometimes. Yep. Okay, let's close this. Now, do I have any sort of like shooty weapon? Well, I definitely have something. I have a giant minigun. But come on. Okay, this did glue itself. Like I said, there's a lot of tension here, so I can actually make it straight if I want to. Come on. Stock. And do I want to put a minigun on that? Well, it would be ridiculous. But then we could really call this car a mower. Maybe side mounted? I know that they have something. Oh, why not? I have this big gun. But you know, it's for 40k. I don't remember what it is called. I don't particularly care. Yeah, just cut the Space Marine arm off and mount it in here on the side window. We're gonna have some sort of a weapon. And the thing is that it's gonna be ejecting the cartridges straight into the window, which probably isn't the smartest thing in the world. And I have this done. And I was thinking about some more armor. And you know, I have plenty of armor that looks very, very odd. Yeah, but I can attach this in here. Yeah, let's use as much of this hair kernel as I can. Yeah. Once I'm on it. Come on. It's just such a... I didn't use enough glue, so I didn't connect it at all. Like, I don't know, maybe it's too hot in my room today. It is just drying too fast. One, 3, 4, and 5, and barely holding. So if anything, this car isn't my favorite to glue. Like you can see a little bit of pressure and everything is falling off. Yeah. Now I have glue on my fingers. And I'm just thinking, I definitely have some cool pieces in this bag of electronics. Maybe just some capacitor, you know, to throw. Oh, yeah. Hood scoop. There's the giant one. That's just too silly. It's gonna cover the window, the driver wouldn't see anything. But it was an idea anyway. Alright, yes. Oh, this was a needed piece. Like without it, this car wouldn't work at all. And we all know why, because this piece just, you know, kind of connects some of my pieces. And now I just need to figure out where to put it. Definitely on the bonnet. In the silly position, you know, just covering the passenger side completely. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of diamond plating, just to have the surface again broken up into pieces. So in here some armor plating as armor. There we go. And maybe this hunk of armor plating, just cut it in half. Let's see where I can fit it. Maybe like that on the front. Again, just armoring the bonnet a little bit. Maybe there was a hole after, you know, someone shot through it. They decided to armor it for the next race. Come on, Diganobs. Alright. And there is one detail that I need to do. And that's the detail that usually takes the most time. I'll be right back with it. Alright. So these little dots that you can see in here, they are actually a hex rod cut in pieces. And why do I need that to finish this car? Well, you know, usually I don't do that, but today I just feel like adding some more orcish details. Like I said, Diganobs, yeah. And whoever knows this phrase knows, you know, Warhammer 40k have a faction, well, not really 40k, it's a Gorka Morka have a faction called Diganobs, which are basically humans who believe that orcs are gods, or, you know, something along this line. And they build their vehicles, you know, like the orcs do. So completely ramshackle and from anything that they can find. And of course, I love those, you know, big bolts that they use in 40k, because I was actually I bought a 2-scale kind of bolts for Gaslands. And they were so tiny that they couldn't be used. So yeah, I just using a 2 or 3 mil hex rod instead, because I bought half mil, which would be probably a scale wise proper for Gaslands, but it was not proper scale. It was just way too small. It was like a hair, yeah, and you couldn't do anything with it. Okay, so now after adding the bolts, this looks much better. Of course, you know, before painting this looks kind of like crap, yeah, but for now I'm gonna do what I do always at this point. Yeah, so leave you here and get to black bombing, and then be right back. And I have the car nicely painted black. Now I want to add the further colors, and I was actually thinking that maybe this one gonna be something that they found maybe on the farm or something in the garage, so well preserved, not too much rust or not rust at all. And, you know, I want for a change to go with a green, very dark. This is a dark angel's green. I like this color as it turned out usually quite well, quite dark and quite matte. Yeah. And you may notice that most of my paints are Games Workshop, because for most of my wargaming career I was actually playing Warhammer 40,000. And when there was paints in the store, I was buying them, and usually that was Games Workshop paints. Now that I don't have a local store anymore, because last one closed just before pandemic, about half a year before pandemic, I'm buying a lot of paints online. But I think that right now I have way enough to paint everything that I have from Gasland and for Gaslands, and still be left with some, because I bought like 200, I think, dropper bottles to transfer my paints to dropper bottles, and I ran out of dropper bottles. So that's just telling you about how excessive my paint collection is right now. So working through them, through painting stuff like Gaslands, is a good exercise, you know, to get rid of, especially of old and drying paints. As you know, we don't need very I don't need very good paints to get, you know, junky effect on a car, yeah? Like, in case of Gaslands, the junkier the paint is, the better, I guess. Yeah. Right? And I think that the bodywork is pretty much done. I need to only go over the roof now. And let me know if you think that, you know, I should be cutting out more from my videos, or do you like them as they are, you know, where I just do everything in the real time and mumble what I have on my mind right now. So I have this done, and now I need metallic paint, because of course the rest of the stuff should be metallic, so dry brush, yeah, like usually. Yep. I need to dry this brush more. Now metallic and brush, and you know, like, even though I spill some paint on top of the other pieces, I can still just go and dry brush them, and I don't see a problem with a little bit of green being mixed up into all of that. There we go. And the big gun. And this one is more detailed because of course it is 40K. So yeah, this turned out into overbrush again. But heck yeah, this is very nice, very quick and very easy paint job so far. And you know, what would it be without some weathering, yeah? I don't want to add any other color, two-color car for this particular one. I think that works well, because in the future, if I'm gonna add a gunner to it, he's gonna be multicolor, he's gonna be the one to attract the attention, and that's what I would want in that case. So let's just do some quick dry brushing off some sand-ish colors, so beige, brown, yeah. Again, just work it in, and this is quite wet still, yeah. Just some weathering. This is gonna be dirty, this definitely gonna be some dirty as well. This, no two words about it. Some just on the hood, and you know, preferably if you can do that, you know, go directional, yeah, because that's how it would be applied. And of course it's gonna be applied, you know, somewhere in here around the window, and in here. Oh, sorry for the shaking, I didn't notice that I was shaking the entire desk. And now, the final thing, you know, all of those bolts that I done, and then I covered them back into in weathering, just, you know, pick them up again, pick them out again, I guess. Yeah, and in here I see some pink, I want to cover that. I see some more pink, I just want to cover that, so the metallic can be there. And the teeth on that, I want it to be nice and metallic. And final little touch, yeah, not so little, because, well, this is a harvester. Yeah, I think that that's what I'm gonna call the video. Yeah, zombie harvester. Of course, you know, doing stuff like that gonna cause a lot of splashes of blood. And I could do the little drop technique, but I think that this one would definitely aim for the zombies, you know, with that, so he would be, you know, splashed quite a lot. Yeah, like if I have to scale zombies, I would probably just, you know, put one inside or under the wheel, but unfortunately I don't have any. Yeah, but once I fix my other printer, I may look up for some zombies to scale and just, you know, for this particular car, just add some. And you know, I forgot about weathering the wheels, so just some more weathering around the wheels. And then here. Yeah, and this one is done. So I will just grab the spin table and be right back. And here we have it, a zombie harvester, green with a lot of red splotches. I didn't know how it's gonna turn out, because, you know me, I just kind of spontaneously do those stuff. Yeah, I like the tiny soldiers. Yeah, it's gonna be so much easier to paint it, but I will try to do it as sub, and then maybe show him up soon enough anyway. But yeah, it turned out better than I was expecting, you know, all of this curler around him, you know, it's such a good material. It would be even better if it was glued properly. Yeah, but you know, the harvester in the front, the turret on the top, and you know, all of the armoring made out of it really looks nice. So yeah, I really enjoyed that bit. So if you like it, you know, rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friend, girlfriend, uncle, cousin, whoever, yeah? And, you know, of course, this is the end of it, so have a lovely day. Take care, everyone.